You want to open a restaurant, but the market is fully saturated. The competition is fierce. Or maybe you already have a restaurant and you're losing to the competition and you're running out of ideas how to improve your profits. If you're facing all these problems, then this video is for you. I'm going to share with you the 7 secrets that no restaurant owners want you to find out. Because if you do, you're gonna be earning the kind of money that most people can only dream of. The recent success of this guy that I'm going to talk about is all over the news is India and is now known as the king of fast food business. He started out in 2016 when the competition was so fierce that you will either grow or die. Yet he was able to dominate his competitors and soar above everyone else. Save this video right now because if you lose it, you're gonna feel the same regret that you feel when you lose a loyal customer. We will discuss all these 7 strategies one by one in details. But before we get into that, we have to know the background story of Hardik Savla, the founder and CEO of Food Adda. Before he found his passion for restaurant business, he was just a simple saree salesman traveling all across India from one shop to another. Just like all traveling men, he has to eat. Now he couldn't afford the good quality hygienic meals in expensive restaurants. So he had to settle for the cheap unhygienic roadside food. He was getting sick every time he had those food. So personally, it was a huge problem for him. So he figured out that it must be a huge problem for a lot of other people as well. So he was able to identify a gap in the market, the gap that became the reason for his future success. The equation is very simple. If the food is affordable, it was unhygienic. If it's hygienic, then it's not affordable. So he set out to solve this problem, which later made him a millionaire. So the $1 million question was, how to serve hygienic and tasty food at a very affordable price. In 2016, he set up a small roadside food cart with only 50,000 rupees investment, which is around $600. And now Food Adda has over 40 outlets all across India. And every year he's selling 2 million burgers, 1 million sandwiches, and 300,000 plates of pastas. The journey was not easy, but he's a man of rules and he pays attention to details. Now let's have a quick look at all the 7 strategies. Number 1. Table turnaround. Number 2. Touchpoint mapping. Number 3. Indulging the 5 senses. Number 4. Display the lowest price first. Number 5. Food innovation. Number 6. Cost-effective marketing. And finally, number 7. Maximizing profits. Now let's get into point number 1. So what is table turnaround? Keep in mind that Food Adda outlets are only 200 square feet. In that small space, they need to be able to serve as many customers as possible. The table turnaround formula is simple. It is the number of groups hosted in a day divided by the total number of tables in the outlet. For ease of calculation, let's say there are 10 tables in the outlet and you can host 50 groups of people in a single day. So the table turnaround would be 50 divided by 10, which is equals to 5. Now what if you can host 100 group of people with the same number of table, which is 10, in a single day? That's double the number. You want customers to walk in, order fast, and leave as soon as possible.
Bartender says, thanks for dining at the Langham.
No. That's not what I meant. Never be rude to a customer. Now let's talk about the things that you can do to improve your table turnaround. First of all, you can limit the size of the menu. Don't keep items in the menu that take too long to prepare. Create a category-based menu so that the customers can easily find what they're looking for. If the customer gets confused about what they want to order, just suggest an item which takes the least time to prepare. When a customer enters an empty restaurant, guide them to sit at the center of the restaurant, not in the corner. But at the same time, don't force them. Have the Wi-Fi password written on the menu. So when the customer asks for the Wi-Fi password, just give them the menu and politely ask for the order. If there are guests waiting outside the restaurant because the restaurant is at full capacity, then have a menu displayed on the outdoors so that as the customers are waiting in line, they can decide what they want to have as soon as they get a table. A special thing about Food Adda is that the cleaners, the chef, and the waiters are in perfect synchrony to maintain a high table turnaround rate, servicing the customers quickly and efficiently. Point number 2 is touchpoint mapping. Touchpoint is any kind of interaction between a business and a customer. It happens at 3 different stages. First is pre-purchase touchpoint. It happens when a customer learns about your business from social media, advertisement, company events, word of mouth, or maybe just sees your restaurant from the outside. This is very important because if you're losing your customers, it's probably because of this. Purchase touchpoint is what the customer experiences when they are in the act of buying. Customer service and the quality of the product is very important here. Finally, the post-purchase touchpoint. This is how the customer feels after the purchase. If you're able to create a good impression in all these 3 touchpoints, then your restaurant is bound to boom. But as soon as you gain some popularity, do not lower the quality of the food and service. This is what a lot of restaurant does, and they lose a lot of customers just because of this. You're indirectly telling your customer that you're all big and strong right now and you don't need them anymore. This is an act of betrayal, and it really doesn't make sense that after you gain your popularity, you lower the quality. That's a very stupid move. If you're a popular restaurant and if you did such a thing, then I only have one question for you.
Why?
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 Food at the outlets have a very impressive outlook, and they're serving more than 10 cuisines in these small, tiny 200 square feet restaurants. Customers don't usually expect such high quality in such small outlets. You know, in small outlets, you expect things to smell bad or the AC might not be working. This is a common scenario in India and Bangladesh. So it leaves a very good impression on a customer's mind when you are giving them such a premium experience at such a low price point. Food Adda has items that are priced at less than $1, but they look like expensive meals. That's the main unique thing about Food Adda. Remember the market gap that Hardik sensed right at the beginning? While you're enjoying your less than $1 food, the chef will personally come to you and speak in English and ask you if the food was okay. Then he'll give you an elaborate description of how he made the food and what ingredients he used to make it so tasty. You only experience this kind of stuff in 5-star hotels. Not even 4-star hotels do that. The customer is bound to remember this kind of experience, and then they'll go out and talk about it with their friends. That's called brand recall. And brand destruction is when you lower the quality of your food and service and stop caring about your customer as soon as you gain some popularity. And finally, to make the post-purchase experience pleasant, they made sure that they have enough payment options and parcels are hot, packaging is eco-friendly. Then they bid the customer a warm farewell and ask them to come again.
Thank you, come again!
Coming to point number 3, indulging the 5 senses. First, try to understand what it is. When you're serving the food, it's not always about how you make it. People are making burgers, pizzas, and pastas everywhere in the world. Try to make the food so unique that the customer is bound to remember it. Food Adda has very unique names and appearances of their food items. Like this tower-like burger called Lambu burger. Lambu means tall in Hindi and Bengali. Just like Lombu Abid. The name Lombu Abid followed me everywhere in Bangladesh. Because, well, I'm kinda tall. So I thought, why not start a YouTube channel with that name? Food Adda items have unusual names like Big Burger Pizza, French Fries Pizza, Giant Sandwich, Mexican Sandwich, Tower Waffles, and many more. Not only do they look unusual, they also taste and smell good. Lambu burger is also difficult to hold, so that covers up the hand part. So this is called indulging the 5 senses, giving your customer a memorable experience. Coming down to point number 4, display the lowest price first. Food Adda outlets have banners outside their restaurant which displays items that are so cheap that it attracts customers like a Black Friday sale. No joke, just look at all these prices. All these items cost less than 20 cents, which is cheap even for India. So the customer enters the outlet seeing these prices, and when they see the menu, they also order a few higher priced items as well. Once you have traffic in your restaurant, sales are bound to increase because most of the other items are reasonably priced as well. Coming down to point number 5, which is food innovation. It's not about coming up with a new items or a new kind of dish. It's about how to produce a very expensive meal at only 10% of the price. I know it sounds complicated, so just let me explain. Food Adda has a completely separate team for this. And their job is to find all the tasty, expensive food in Mumbai. Find a way to recreate them at a very low cost. If an item costs $20 in India, then the job of the team is to recreate the food at a cost which is less than $1. The master chef of Food Adda would go to the top restaurants in Mumbai 3 days a week and figure out how to serve a very expensive taste at a very low price. There are 5 tests that the new item has to go through before it reaches the customer. lab test, tongue test, nutrition test, shelf life, and finally the total cost of it all. After it passes these tests, it will be then served to the customers. If the customers like it, then add it to the menu. If they don't like it, then remove it. But if it needs improvement, then they need to improvise. Add, remove, improvise. This is a never-ending process in the kitchen of Food Adda, and this has revolutionized their game. Any industry in this world respects innovation. For example, if you want the viewer to like, share, and subscribe to your channel, it's best that you don't tell them directly. That's kinda awkward. So just mention it in a subtle way. And if you're looking for funds to start your own restaurant, then the best way to do it is share this video in your own timeline. You will have funds flying into your pocket, and your bank account will start to look like it belongs to a Dubai sheikh. I'm just kidding. There is actually no pay without hard work. That's a topic for another day, and you will find that out if you press the bell icon. Moving on to point number 6, cost-effective marketing. This is my favorite and I do it all the time. This is called content marketing. I always reward my viewers for watching the video and staying with me till the end. This time the reward is my PDF summary notes of the 7 steps to become the king of fast food restaurant even if the market is saturated. All you have to do is share this video on your timeline and share the screenshot with me on my Facebook inbox and just request for the PDF. You'll receive a copy in 24 hours. In this way, you don't have to sit and write notes from this video, which might take around an hour of your time. While I get some extra reach as a new content creator, it really helps me. Food Adda does the same thing using influencers. They invite influencers to create content on various items on their menu. In exchange, they serve them the food for free. Once again, it's a win-win. Secondly, they use trend jacking. This is about using trending topics to promote yourself. Food Adda offers various kind of combo meals on special days to attract more customers. For example, Women's Day special combo or IPL combo. Cricket is huge in India. It's like football in Europe. Combo offer is also actually a great way to boost sales. Let me explain how. Customers tend to buy more when they feel like they're saving a bit of money by buying a few extra items. Their total cost would have been more if they had bought each of the items separately. Instead, when they buy a combo, they get a bit of a discount. The restaurant wins in terms of revenue and the customer wins in terms of discounts. Once again, it's a win-win.
Win-win.
Consider win-win.
Win.
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 Thirdly, reciprocity marketing. This kind of marketing is based on our human need to want to offer something when we receive something. It's very simple. Food Adda offers discount to customers on their first purchase. And then they give candies to little kids when they enter the restaurant. They also give scratch cards with rewards which they can avail on the next purchase. Once again, everyone wins. Point number 7, the last point and the one that you've been waiting for this whole time, which is maximizing profits. The first thing that Food Adda did was build their own mobile app so that they can offer home delivery. That way they're avoiding to pay a large commission to other food delivery apps. Then they created their own digitalized inventory management system. How does that help? It's very simple. Long before an item runs out in their inventory, they get notified immediately and then it gets replenished. This helps to minimize waste, avoid stock misplacement, and totally avoid stock theft. Just like that, they're able to maintain an optimum level of stock at all times in their inventory. This is a very important move for Food Adda because they are already offering their food at such a low price. So it is difficult for them to bear unwanted expenses like wastage. The thing about food is that it expires very quickly, like lettuce, sauce, cheese, and spices. So they came up with another brilliant idea. They created the menu in such a way so that each of these raw ingredients gets used in multiple items on the menu. So there is no chance for these items to get expired. Just like that, wastage is minimized, cost is minimized, and profit is definitely maximized. For any restaurant, logistics is a huge headache when you're operating multiple restaurants all across the nation and you need to deliver the items at the right time. Most businesses fail here, so pay attention as I explain in details. Moving food products from one place to another in hygienic condition is no easy task. At the same time, purchasing from the local vendors can be very expensive. This is a tough nut to crack. Logistics is all about accuracy, consistency, and efficiency. To solve this problem, they avoided buying from the vendors and dealerships and went straight to the corporate and started to order their items in huge bulks. This helped them to lower the cost significantly. Food Adda lowers the cost at multiple levels as well. First of all, their outlets are small, which is like just 200 square feet, which means the rent is also low. But at the same time, they pick prime locations to set up their outlets so that traffic is always high. With all these 7 strategies combined, Food Adda was able to dominate the fast food business in India. Comment down below and tell me which strategy you want to use to improve the performance of your restaurant. Thank you so much for your focus and attention, and thanks a lot for supporting me. I wish you all the best with your business and income goals. Goodbye for now and see you on the next video.